position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the USC Trojans, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for...
Breaks into the open. A big play gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
You see so many offenses these days just throw swing routes to the running back. That's the extension of the run game. Well, that's the play that's the extension of. It's the toss. And when he gets outside, watch out. He can dial up home runs.
To the ground. He's got it again. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack. And their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, we'll have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jenkins. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he got the ball.
To throw, it's Mayava. Gets it to the back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him tote the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Rolling on the run. Touchdown, USC. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Here comes the option. Turning it on. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him, and a nice gain offensively here. And this is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you're going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Johnson looking to throw. Going downfield for the big play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pulls it in. It's Crockett.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Trojans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. Pick up the 1st down on the ground like that, and it would make Sam Bam Cunningham proud.
All right, I'm going to need a little education. Give me some context on Sam Bam Cunningham.
He was a great, powerful, hard-nosed running back for some of those great Trojan teams of John McKay. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it to him on the screen. There he goes. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important 1st down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm. And finally throws his 1st incompletion of the game.
Motion from the back. Touch pass on the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. To the air, it's Mayava. Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
It's fourth down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On fourth down, going to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play in. You've got...
Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
He turns this into a nice game and gets down to avoid the hit.
And I tell you, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show the defense that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the ground with the back. Jukes his way for more. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Might be calling a hot route. Johnson wants to throw it. They're working that left side. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have so much speed. The measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's a frustrating play right there. Like, the protection was really, really good. Jesse, quarterback holds on to the football, has time, and then makes a critical mistake over the middle of the field.
And he's just staring his guy down for way too long. There was the defender that had a beat on him from the get-go, and he makes him pay. That's a mistake you don't expect to see that quarterback make.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. That's caught. It's Johnson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Johnson.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, USA.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. And the defense carries the day. They win at the line of scrimmage, and they stuff him on 3rd and inches. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. They'll give it to Johnson. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. They go to the ground. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. And the Trojans come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They'll try to get outside. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st, and keeping this drive alive.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a
To the ground to try to move the chains. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. By that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Trying to get it to the marker. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Trojans will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Johnson. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second.
He's going for the big play. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half. He lets one fly deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. What a play to get inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. It's almost as if he's racing against himself out there. This speed. I say is Galloway-esque.
Yes, definitely can fly, and it dictates the whole coverage. It dictates the defense to you. You think you want to put that guy on an island with a cornerback? No, I better get a safety over the top to help. He changes the whole structure of a defense with that blazing speed.
Goal down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Might be changing the route. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason is we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that fast score. The inside handoff. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Fowler. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You can tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive game.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. To the air. It's Mayava. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1 possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here. Only called on 1 time in that loss last week. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
The offense changing the play. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Here on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Unloads it left. And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Man, that is one this QB is going to wish he had back. That receiver was so wide open. There was nobody even near him, and the quarterback somehow overthrew him.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Mayava. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Toss sweep, try to get it outside to the right. Still running at the 40. Good enough for the first down. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown Trojans. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle, and with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The sure hands, it's Graham. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Yeah, defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Johnson looking to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it inside the 30. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Hardy. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Off play action. Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout here. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's shown it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a dub.
The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Got his man on the outside. The defense wouldn't let it loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense just reacting so fast, getting to the running back and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field?
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. It's caught. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
This guy's looking real sharp this week. Listen, QBs hate throwing picks. He only threw 1 last week, but that really ate him up all week long in practice. He wanted to come out here, put his best foot forward. He's done just that.
And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To the air on 2nd down. The short hands, it's Johnson. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just feeds the running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on 3rd and long. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Breaks the tackle. No more room to run as this defense rises up on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Johnson wants to throw it. Might be looking to run. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He's got it on the outside. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option to give. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Makes the catch along the sideline. Just picked up a few, but enough for a 1st down. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's involved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by just one over Tulsa. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Yes.
And how about that one, Kevin? We'll be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Graham. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Give to the back. Tying it off. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
That's why I like running the football at this juncture of the game. A field goal ties it. You can't go backwards. And by running the ball, you're minimizing the chances for a negative play. So just trust this offensive line. Trust your running backs to get downhill, make people miss, and get you closer to the goal line.
The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Sends it back in motion. They'll try to pass their way in.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Around the end, it's Hardy. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And in the waning seconds of the game, they tie it up.
What a kick for that young man right there. You just see the way it energized and galvanized his entire sideline. They've tied it up late. This thing's going to OT, and they look like they are ready to rock.
Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Makes the catch. It's Jordan. Defense has it. If he takes it all the way, they win the game.
You see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you can tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. They'll leave it with it. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run the toss. Running into the open space. He's now got 78 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground, and getting upfield.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Running back searching for a hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Hand off from the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
Now 3rd down, and they just don't want to move backwards to give their kicker a chance to win it in OT. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the 1st down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Here we go. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He got it! A walk-off touchdown in overtime!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.